Ever feel like that one shrub you planted just took over your small garden? You're not the only one. Some plants seem like a great idea at first, until they grow fast, spread wide, and suddenly your space feels overrun. In this video, we're calling out the worst offenders for compact gardens, shrubs that just don't know when to stop. But we're not here to just complain. For every plant to avoid, we've got a better, smarter alternative that fits beautifully in small spaces. Let's get into it and help your garden breathe again.
Skip the forsythia. Try Speria goldflame instead. Let's kick things off with a shrub that's bold but often too much for small gardens. Forsythia. Those bright yellow blooms in early spring are hard to miss, but once the flowers fade, what you're left with is a fast-growing, sprawling shrub that can easily take over your limited space. Without regular, hard pruning, it becomes woody and unkempt, and the foliage doesn't offer much visual interest throughout the rest of the season. It's one of those plants that seems great in theory, but in a small yard, it quickly becomes a maintenance headache. Now, if you still want seasonal color and cheerful blooms without the chaos, Speria japonica goldflame is a brilliant alternative. This compact shrub starts the season with vibrant bronze-red foliage, shifts to a bright chartreuse green in summer, and finishes the year with fiery orange fall color. On top of that, soft pink flowers bloom from late spring to midsummer, creating contrast and interest that lasts well beyond forsythia's brief show. And the best part? It keeps a tidy, mounded shape without constant pruning.
Goldflame thrives in full sun, tolerates heat with ease, and isn't picky about soil, as long as it drains well. It requires very little attention to look good all season long. A quick trim after flowering helps maintain its form, but even that isn't strictly necessary. It's a low-maintenance shrub that earns its keep in any garden, especially a small one. Plant it along the front of borders, near pathways, or even in containers to create long-lasting impact. Its changing foliage colors give your garden a dynamic look from season to season, and the flowers are loved by bees and butterflies. It's a small space champion that brings both structure and softness. Definitely a step up from the unruly forsythia. Skip burning bush. Try barbarous crimson pygmy instead. Next up is a shrub that might look dramatic in fall, but comes with a long list of issues. Euonymus alatus, or burning bush. While it's famous for its blazing red foliage in autumn, this plant has a tendency to get much larger than people expect. It can shoot up to 10 feet tall and wide if left unchecked, and even with pruning, it often outgrows its space. On top of that, in many regions, it's considered invasive due to how easily its seeds spread and take root in wild areas. Instead of wrestling with burning bush, consider Berberis thunbergi crimson pygmy. This dwarf barberry offers the same rich red foliage, but in a much more compact, controlled form. It stays small, around 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, making it perfect for tight spots where every inch counts. The deep burgundy leaves add a bold splash of color, and its natural shape is dense and rounded, giving structure without effort. It thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, and once established, it's drought-tolerant and incredibly resilient. It doesn't need regular pruning and isn't prone to disease or pest problems. Just give it some space to show off its form, and it'll reward you with year-round visual appeal, even in winter when its stems add texture to the garden. Use it to anchor a small bed, edge a walkway, or pair with ornamental grasses for a modern, clean look. Its tidy growth and bold color make it a standout choice where burning bush might have once been. And unlike its larger cousin, this one behaves. Skip the common lilac. Try dwarf Korean lilac Palaban instead. The traditional lilac is beloved for its nostalgic fragrance and stunning spring flowers, but it's not always the right fit for smaller spaces. These shrubs can reach 12 feet tall and wide, and their large woody root systems compete aggressively with nearby plants. They're also prone to powdery mildew and need excellent air circulation, something small gardens often lack. Without careful placement and maintenance, they can become more of a burden than a joy. Now, if you love that classic lilac scent, but want it in a neater, more manageable form, Syringum mired/Palaban, or dwarf Korean lilac, is your dream come true. This compact variety grows to just 4 to 5 feet tall, with a naturally rounded shape and dense branching. It explodes in spring with masses of lavender pink flower clusters that are just as fragrant as the larger types. And it's not just a one-hit wonder. Palaban often reblooms lightly in summer, giving you more than one chance to enjoy its charm. This shrub thrives in full sun and appreciates well-drained soil. It's resistant to most common lilac diseases and handles urban conditions well, making it ideal for tight spaces and busy gardeners. A little deadheading can encourage reblooming, but even without it, the plant stays tidy and attractive. Plant it near patios, walkways, or entrances where you can enjoy the scent up close. Its size makes it perfect for borders or even large containers, and its reliability puts it far above the high-maintenance standard lilac. With Palaban, you get all the romance of lilac without the headache. Skip privet. Try boxwood fruticosa instead. Let's talk about a hedge staple that's often more trouble than it's worth: privet. While it's fast-growing and commonly used for privacy screens, that vigor comes at a cost. In small gardens, it can grow unruly shockingly fast, needing constant trimming just to keep it from swallowing up your space. And if you skip a season of pruning, you'll be left with a leggy, overgrown mess that dominates everything around it. That's why Buxus sempervirens fruticosa, or dwarf English boxwood, is a far better choice for compact spaces. It has a naturally tidy, rounded shape that's perfect for low hedging or structured accents. Its fine-textured evergreen foliage holds its form year-round, adding formality and rhythm to even the smallest beds. And, unlike privet, it won't grow out of control or require constant intervention to look good. This boxwood variety thrives in full sun to partial shade, is incredibly adaptable to different soil types, and responds well to light shaping. It's slow-growing but steady, which means you get lasting structure without the stress. As long as it's not in overly wet soil, it's easy to maintain and stays healthy with minimal care. Use it to line paths, define garden beds, or as a formal backdrop for flowering perennials. Its understated elegance works in nearly any design style, from cottage to contemporary. In a small garden, it gives you exactly what you need: order, greenery, and a break from the chaos of fast-growing shrubs like privet. Skip the standard butterfly bush. Try Buddleja Lo and Behold series instead. You've probably seen Buddleja davidi, or butterfly bush, praised for being a magnet for pollinators. And while that's true, the standard varieties can grow huge. We're talking 6 to 10 feet tall and just as wide, with a wild growth habit that becomes woody and leggy fast. In a small garden, this quickly turns from wildlife haven to overwhelming jungle. Enter the Lo and Behold series, a compact line of butterfly bushes bred specifically for small spaces. These cultivars stay around 2 to 3 feet tall, offering the same long, spiked blooms that attract butterflies, bees, and hummingbirds, but without the massive size. Varieties like Blue Chip and Purple Haze bloom continuously from summer to frost and have a tidy mounding shape that fits perfectly in limited spaces. They love full sun, need well-drained soil, and are highly drought-tolerant once established. Even better, they don't require deadheading to keep blooming, which means less work for more color and pollinator traffic. Add them to borders, containers, or patio beds where space is tight, but impact matters. You still get all the pollinator joy, the vivid flower spikes, and the summer-long color, just without the pruning battle or space hogging. It's a modern shrub for modern gardens.
And there you have it, smarter shrub swaps that save space, reduce maintenance, and still give your garden the beauty it deserves. When every inch counts, choosing the right plant makes all the difference. For more tips like these, make sure you're subscribed to PlantDo Home and Garden. See you in the next video.